Until this year, if you wanted to open a religious boarding school in a shack in the middle of the woods with your creepy neighbor Ted as the only teacher, you could. Alabama law wasn't going to stop you. Alabama law used to exempt church schools from all state oversight. The laws here were so protective that the owners of religious boot camps didn't even have to tell the state they existed, much less how they were treating their kids. But this spring, Alabama lawmakers passed the Youth Residential Facility Abuse Prevention Act. It says no, you actually have to do criminal background checks on your staff, your therapists have to be licensed, and you can't lock kids in a closet or handcuff them, stuff like that. Now, we're not talking about Christian summer camps here. These are facilities where kids live full-time, often so they can receive special services. A similar bill that would have regulated church-based daycares got a lot of attention this year, but it ultimately failed to pass. So why'd this boot camp bill make it through? Well, it all goes back to a case in Mobile. In 2015, Mobile police raided a Christian boot camp run by the Saving Youth Foundation Church, and what they found horrified investigators. Students reported that school faculty had been locking them naked in solitary confinement, beating them and forcing them to fight each other. It took 5 years and multiple investigations to finally shut the school down. 3 of the leaders were convicted of child abuse and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Those convictions were in January 2017. By April, lawmakers had presented a bill that would license and regulate schools like the Saving Youth Foundation. It's a pretty strict law and covers religious and non-religious facilities. It's got nearly 25 pages of rules, including a requirement that the state has to inspect these schools at least 4 times a year. But there were a few rules taken out of the original bill before it passed. Religious freedom groups protested language in the bill that banned discrimination based on sexual orientation or using sexual orientation change efforts on students. So lawmakers took out those parts of the bill before it passed. So it's still legal for religious schools to direct students to pray the gay away. But ultimately, thanks to dedicated law enforcement, students willing to tell their stories, and media attention from outlets like AL.com, there's an Alabama law that makes it harder to hide behind a church and abuse kids. For Reckon, I'm Anna Claire Vollers.